Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is C Chronicles. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's a bit chilly where I am. That's why I am clothed like this. I was feeling very cold. I was thinking, should I do this video? Should I not do this video? But then I thought, okay, I'm going to put something warm and do this video. Okay. If you're new on this channel, my content consists of mostly fragrance reviews, fashion videos, lifestyle videos, and a lot more. So if that sounds like something that you may be interested in watching, please do not leave without subscribing. I would appreciate you joining the family. And I also want to say thank you to my returning subscribers. I appreciate you coming and always supporting this channel. What I'm doing today is I'm creating this video in response to a question or request that I got from Human Person. Human Person is my subscriber. I'm going to put the question either on either side of the screen, but I'm going to read it verbatim because I've got it on, I've got it here. She wrote a question she had a request last month, or let me say a few weeks ago. Her question was, could you please do a video of your BeastMode projecting perfumes? Then she wanted to say, as much as I enjoy skin scents while lounging, I very much prefer perfumes that project. Okay, so basically she wants recommendations from me about perfumes, that are BeastMode. Okay, so, and I thought this was a good question because a lot of people come to me asking, this very question. And then she went on to suggest, could you make recommendations in each category? For instance, office, date, summer, winter, and clubbing. So that's what we're going to be talking about. I've compiled about 25 perfumes and I've divided them into those categories. And these are fragrances within my collection. And some I've used, some I've decluttered. And these are recommendations that I feel if you wore these fragrances, they will do the talking. Okay. I have this question coming all the time. Now, an important thing before I get into this video is, if you want fragrances that perform very well, it's important to buy fragrances based on oil concentration. Now, if you're going to buy a fragrance that has a high concentration in oil, in fragrance oil, in perfume oil, likelihood is it will have a good lasting power. And you also need to look out for notes like woodsy notes, vanilla, patchouli, spices, rich blends. To cut the long story short, these blends are the ones that actually give a fragrance a lot of depth. Okay, so if you look for the woodsy fragrances, sandalwood in there, that kind of thing, okay, patchouli, they tend to have a better lasting power than, say, citruses and stuff like that. So anyway, getting into the question to answer, Human Question, this is for you as well as anybody else who's interested in beast performing fragrances. And the first category is going to be the office. Okay, now if you're in your office or if you work, you want a fragrance that is going to project, okay, but you also want your fragrance to be non-offensive. So because you don't want to tick your colleagues' noses the wrong way. You don't want people to think, oh my God. So this, I thought, is going to be the these are the five fragrances I'm going to give you in this category. Okay, so for the office, number one is going to be Yara. Okay, now if you go to my review, you'll notice that with Yara, when I opened it, okay, and up to now, it does have an oily kind of residue that comes out of this fragrance. So this fragrance is obviously very much has a higher concentration in oil, which kind of gives it like an intense vibe. So for that reason, I felt Yara would be so appropriate for this. It projects about 2 meters long. Okay, there's a heliotrope in here, which makes it office appropriate because it gives it a delicate, like floral touch, okay, and a hint of some powderiness, a spicy licorice kind of vibe coming through. And I don't see anybody thinking this is too much, okay, but at the same time you will get compliments because I feel it's a gorgeous fragrance, and you will enjoy it yourself as well as get compliments because it does have like that 2 meter scent bubble. Okay, I'm gonna try and rush through these because, like I said, I've got how many categories? I've got 5 categories, and I've tried to pick 5 fragrances for each category. So the next one for the office is going to be this one. I haven't done a review for this, so I'm going to give you an in-depth review later. This is Monster fragrances by, I think it's Paris Corner, and this one's called Cafe Intense. Okay, this is one that I'm just, a quick one is you may need to overspray a little bit, because this one tends to be, you know, it stays closer to the skin. But if you overspray it, by overspray I mean if you do at least 10 sprays, okay, because some people come and they say, oh, your fragrance is not doing anything for me. That is because if you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, now I know a lot of people don't, maybe some people don't like that because they don't have the luxury of many fragrances, but I've noticed a lot of fragrances will project if you overspray. This, I'm not saying is one that needs overspraying a lot, but I'm just saying it tends to be, you know, closer to you. The wearer tends to enjoy this, okay? But if you wanted to have that projection, you may want to, you know, waste a couple of sprays on yourself, okay? It's got that metallic undertone to it. It's got a rose and a coffee in here, and it creates a scent bubble that you will enjoy the whole day. And this has got a great lasting power as well. Number 3, okay, is going to be D²2 I always talk about this. This is a perfect vanilla, guys. A sweet and spicy warm vanilla, okay? It doesn't last on the skin, this one. This one performs more on your clothes. So it's best to wear this one on your clothes, okay? And the performance is great on your clothes, and you will, this to me is a compliment getter as well, so it is office appropriate. Number 4 is going to be this one, okay? I have put this one YSL Mon Paris Intensiment, okay? This I've put because it has that rose, it has the fruit combo in here. It's quite heavy, yet it's non-offensive as well, okay? Great compliment getter, okay? I think because it's intense as well, it's going to be heavy on that oil concentration. So it is a recommendation that I feel will not tickle people's noses the wrong way. The next one that kind of has the same vibe, but not, you know, it's not inspired by this one, is this, okay? Lattafa Rams Gold, right? Lattafa Rams Gold has got that sandalwood. And take note, when I opened this video, I did say that you should look out for fragrances with sandalwood. This one has got the Gaiac woods as well, okay? And the sandalwood and the Gaiac wood ties in with these fruity notes that are in here and makes it a massive performer, okay? So your colleagues will definitely tell you you smell good if you're wearing this one. Now, second category number 2 is going to be the date, okay? If you're going on a date, obviously you want something that is memorable, okay? You want something that smells alluring, seductive, mysterious, memorable, okay? You don't want something that was just gonna be a duh, okay? Now I have this cheapie here which I discovered, white diamonds, okay? Elizabeth Taylor white diamonds, and this is in Rouge, okay? Don't sleep on this one, guys, okay? Do not sleep on Elizabeth Taylor's and Rouge, okay? This is true to Elizabeth Taylor's style. It's very thick, it's very heavy, it's fruity, it's got that raspberry, and it's quite pungent to me. I find this one quite pungent, okay? It is true to her style, very heavy, but also, you know, has that sexy thing going on there. So Elizabeth Taylor and Rouge in the category of you know, what to wear on a date that would project and smell really nice and memorable, okay? Betty Oudh, and this is the Amethyst, that is my number 2 in this category, okay? This is gonna be your sexy rose. It's smooth, it's got oud here, but the oud is quite warm and soft. It's got a slight spicy feel as well, okay? This one is BeastMode. This one I can, you know, this fragrance is one of those fragrances that I did say you should overspray. This, I wouldn't recommend that you overspray, okay? It's room filling. It leaves a trail, lasts over 10 hours. And for that reason, you know, if you wore this on a date, you know, this would really be a statement maker, okay? And because again, we did say that you want something that is seductive. This has like a seductive nature to it, okay? It's got like an addictive nature to it as well, where when you open like this, you kind of want to sniff it, or you know, you kind of want to keep sniffing it, okay? And number 3 in this category, I couldn't pass this one, Mon Guerlain, and this is intense, guys. This fragrance is my favorite of all time. You're always going to find a half bottle, a quarter bottle, a full backup bottle within my collection. This fragrance to me does it, okay? Need I say more when it comes to Mon Guerlain? I'm not even going to spray this, okay? So if you're going on a date and you smell like this and your date cannot smell you, they probably have a blocked nose. they probably have a blocked nose. That's all I can say. This one is a compliment getter. People around you are going to smell you. This does 3 meters even. I just love this fragrance. Okay, so there's Mon Guerlain Intense in the category of date. Okay, the fourth one is going to be this one. Okay, Rose de Prive, F.A. Paris Rose de Prive. I did a full review of this. So if I'm going too fast and there's some fragrances that you need an in-depth review of, you can go to my videos. I've done some of these reviews. However, I do have some that I haven't reviewed. Okay, so F.A. Paris Rose de Prive. Okay, this is as sexy as it gets, right? You're going to have your smooth, again, your very smooth synthetic oud here. It's obviously not the real thing, but it's not an oud, you know, that is like in your face, that is just heavy. Okay, this is a smooth oud. It's got that patchouli, rose, vanilla. Okay, and it's just beautiful, guys. You get this is a gentle beast. That's what I called it in my in the full preview, in the full review. Okay, I called this one a gentle beast because in as much as it's heavy, okay, it doesn't get to a point where, oh no, this is too much. So I felt, okay, this would be ideal for a date night, intimate setting, but at the same time, people around you are going to smell you. They're going to know you smelling so gorgeous. And guys, please do take note. All these fragrances that I'm talking about do project. Okay, these fragrances do project. It's important though to know that when it comes to fragrances as well, weather plays a big role on fragrances. I have this issue of this one does not last, this one does not last, and this comes to me from time to time. You also have to understand our olfactory senses are different. Okay, how I smell and perceive things is different from how you may smell and perceive things. Weather will be, you know, will also play a role in how you smell. Your mood will also play a role, that kind of thing. The time of the month, if you're a woman, for example, will play a role on how you smell. But the general rule about having your fragrance last longer, like I said, is you can follow, you know, I did a video about how to make your fragrance BeastMode, where you use the oils and stuff. But if you don't care for all that, overspray. That's the rule. But the ones I'm talking about here, you can cross-check with other platforms. These are fragrances that project and that last. Angel Muse for the date. I had to put this one. Okay, Mugler's Angel Muse. Okay, this I had to put it here because you are just gonna smell delicious. Okay, there is that hazelnut here, cocoa spread. You're gonna smell like a Nutella. It's very seductive, unforgettable, but it's a bit mature. So some people might not like that, but to me, it's my go-to scent for if I want to make a statement. Okay, if I want to discuss business or something, this is the scent. This scent is not joking. Okay, this scent, after you've taken your clothes off, put them in the washer, get them washed, iron them, you still have wafts of Angel Muse. I'm not joking about this. This has a great longevity. However, it is a mature scent. Okay, so the next category is gonna be the next category, let me see, is going to be summer. Now for your summer BeastMode scent, or for your summer scent, you want a fragrance that is going to shine in the sun. Okay, you want a fragrance that just comes alive in the sun, and this is one of them. Okay, Guerlain's Terracotta, I had to put it here. There is a creaminess in here, Thierry flower, the coconut, you know, and this is just beautiful if you wear this in the summer. Okay, it is a fragrance that is not subdued, it performs great, and you will get those compliments. Okay, so it's definitely one that I would recommend. Okay, the next one I had to put here was this one. Okay, Adib. I did a full review of this one. I know a lot of people might not know it. It's from Lattafa. This is not a dupe of anything, or at least to my nose, this doesn't feel like it's inspired by anything. Okay, but it does kind of remind me of Dune. Okay, by Christian Dior. Okay, it does kind of remind me of that, but it's not an inspiration of that. There's spices here, wood, tobacco. Again, those are going to push this fragrance. They are going to guarantee you some lasting power. Okay, it feels a bit it feels like it's got like a bitter citrus rind here. Okay, long lasting. And you don't have to overspray this one. This one is one that just leaves a trail. Okay, this is one that when you spray it, the compliments are going to let you know that people can smell you. I have never had a problem with this fragrance. I don't use it that much though. This is, you know, how much I've used it, but for a person who's got a lot of fragrances like me, this is actually very good use of a fragrance if a fragrance is at this level. Okay, so a deep you know, as a recommendation for summer, I feel is one fragrance that will not let you down in terms of performance. Okay, the next one is a new acquisition to me. I had to buy a mini because, like I say, you know, I sometimes go for minis because unless I'm absolutely sure, I don't want to have like piles and piles of fragrances within my collection. So because I tried the original was it the original? No, it was Misguided, the purplish one, the one that has the marshmallow. That one was a bit heavy for me. And then I saw this and I thought, okay, since they have this little, you know, mini here, let me just try this, and if I like it, I will then go for the big one. Okay, Misguided, and this one is called Boss Vibes, or Boss something, Boss Babes, Boss Vibes. Okay, this is it's got your nutty pistachio, your almond, so it's going to be a milky fragrance, but it's got that tonka bean that pushes it through together with the patchouli. Okay, so this in the heat is going to be on fire. This is borderline headache inducing because of the sweetness. Okay, so it's one of those fragrances that you've got to like the sweet type of scents because it's super sweet, but I wore it in the heat and this just amazed me. It just did the work. Okay, so that is my recommendation for summer. The last one on the summer recommendations is gonna be this one. Okay, so I haven't I've been seeing this fragrance over and over again, Aura by Mugler, and I never got to, you know, any interest to actually purchase it until, you know, one day purchased a gift set, and this was in the gift set, and I smelled it. The reason why I hadn't actually pulled the trigger on Aura was because I always thought, oh, it's like Decadence, Marc Jacobs. I don't want to duplicate the same fragrance. But I was so mistaken. This is one fragrance I'm going to go and get a bigger bottle of. Okay. This is ideal in the summer, okay? In as much as it's green, it is a very green fragrance, woodsy, aromatic, with a bit of some citrus there. The citruses are the ones that make it summer appropriate, okay? So in as much as it's super green, okay, like you know, really spiky green, that's what I get from this, piercing green. Wear this in the sun, wear this fragrance in the sun, and you will come here and attest. This is beautiful, but it's one fragrance true to Mugler fashion, is very heavy, so you don't want to overdo this, otherwise it will choke you out and choke the people around you out. But I wore it in the heat and I couldn't believe what I'd been missing all along. So yeah, that is my last recommendation for summer. Now let's get into winter. Okay, winter fragrances. Okay, this is what I picked for you for winter. Okay, we've done this fragrance already. I did a review of this one. Okay, this is inspired by Very Good Girl by Carolina Herrera. This, guys, is thick. Okay, this is a Lattafa fragrances. This is thick. It's rich, it's sweet, it's tropical, it's spicy. There's a lychee in here. It is a bit headache inducing to me. The sweetness is a bit too much. And for that, I felt this is appropriate in the winter, okay, because it kind of gets to like a nauseating sweetness, because there's just an overdose of sweetness here. So I had to put this in the winter category. You know, when I sprayed this, my entire space was smelling of it. My hands were smelling of it. My bag was smelling of it. I got compliments. Everybody knew I was wearing something sweet. Okay, so for that reason, I decided to put it on the winter recommendations. Now, here's another one. Okay, this, I dare you guys. Okay, this is another Lattafa. But why I say I dare you, this is Oudh Al Sahra. Okay, this is Oudh Al Sahra. Don't let the bottle fool you. This has nothing to do with this. This has nothing to do with this. Don't buy this or blind buy it thinking, oh, I think the bottle is a telltale sign it could be terracotta. No, absolutely nothing. This is a bold, daring, don't even blind buy this. That's all I can say. Okay, I'll give you an in-depth review of it because I haven't done a full review of this. This is so not blind buy safe. This is one of those fragrances that if somebody keeps saying, I need a BeastMode fragrance, I need it, if you can do the woods in here, if you can do the nicheness in here, if you can do the art that they've done in here, the aggression that this fragrance has in terms of performance, then there you have it. That's my recommendation. Okay, I have, I think, 2 fragrances that I put again for winter, but they're not here because I've since decluttered them. Asdaaf Shamah Oudh, the blue one. Okay, that's your powdery, minty, intense, sweet scent, room filling. I just gave it away because I have one that kind of reminded me of it. I'm going to talk about it in a bit, but I recommend that one for winter as well. It's an MFK Oudh Mood inspiration. So if you like that kind of scent, quite beastly, that's my recommendation for winter. Another recommendation for winter, which I've since decluttered, is Maison Alhambra Anarch. Okay, that one, I have got a full review of these 2 that I'm just talking about now, the Asdaaf Shamah Oudh and the Alhambra Anarch. If you want a full detailed review, you can go back to my videos and watch that. Anarch is loud. It's got a peach there. It's green. It's got some florals, if I can still remember. But it's one of those fragrances that you need to commit to, okay? Because it is quite heavy and it is quite stubborn. It's loud and it's a heavy scent, and people around you will compliment and will tell you, you know, you will get the compliments if that's what you're after. People will tell you whether they like how you smell or they don't like how you smell, because it is that strong. Reason why I just let it go was because to me it leaned more masculine. Okay, it was one of those fragrances that I'd start enjoying in the 2-hour mark. So for that reason, I had no patience for that. I had to give it away. Okay, and then the other one is this one. Okay, Ameer Oudh Intense, and this is by Lattafa as well. Okay, this one has made the rounds on the YouTube community. This is definitely winter appropriate. I don't see how you would enjoy this in summer unless you are well versed with fragrances in terms of like how your nose is adapting to fragrances. This is smoke in a bottle. Okay, so for that reason, it's a great winter choice. It's oudhy, it's woodsy, and it does the work. Okay, this one will work hard for you and it will not disappoint. Now, my last category is going to be clubbing. Okay, clubbing scents that I have here, I have to pull them closer to me. Okay, so for clubbing, you want something that is going to be smoky, boozy. This is just how I personally would interpret a clubbing scent. You want something that is not going to be sweet and sticky and start competing with the environment and mixing with your sweat and feeling all funny. Okay, so for that reason, you want something that is going to be smoky, something that is going to be woodsy. Not that it will blend with the environment, but it doesn't do a push and pull where you obviously feel like you're trying to mask sweat. Okay, and this is the reason why I have put my number 1 as where is this one? Oh, okay. Number 1 is okay, here you are. I haven't used this fragrance in a long time, to a point that I couldn't see it and it was right in front of me. Michael Kors by Michael Kors. Okay, this is a tuberose, tamarind, white florals fragrance. Okay, this is not going to mask the sweat, but it's going to do its own thing. Okay, you are going to be smelt because the tuberose in here is very heavy. It's very heavy. It's a floral, but it's not like in a pretty flimsy floral. The only downside to this one is it may have been discontinued or reformulated. I don't know, one of the two, because I've had my bottle for years. So I don't know whether it's discontinued or it's reformulated. But if you can't find this one, your next best bet in terms of Michael Kors with a great projection would be one called Super Gorgeous. Okay, Michael Kors has got one that's called Super Gorgeous. Okay, now the next one is going to be this recommendation. This is the reason why I had to let go of Asdaaf Shamah Oudh. Okay, I found this one more sweeter, it is also minty like Asdaaf Shamah What, but I found this one a bit more sweet, okay, than the other one. The other one was very crisp and very minty. This one is smoky, it's leathery, okay. It's like you're wearing your leather jacket, like a bad boy or bad girl kind of vibes, okay. Screams clubbing because it lasts over 8 hours, and that smokiness in it, okay, it just creates again not a scent bubble just around you, but you know, projects like at least an hour and a half, pardon me, an arm's length to 2 meters length or something like that, okay. The next one that I had to put here as a recommendation for clubbing is Dupe, okay. Dupe Wow Women Intense, okay. I haven't done a review of this one. This is why I was frowning, so let's see. I know this one is smoky, okay. I know it's smoky, it's a bit boozy, it's your rose. Yeah, there's a rose here. It's got your black pepper, it's got your patchouli, it's quite mysterious, okay. But the smokiness in here and the playfulness of this, the playful nature of this fragrance is one that I feel would be great if you wore for clubbing, okay. I cannot absolutely vouch longevity wise, because I haven't worn this one that much. I'm still giving it a test run because I'm going to bring it here, you know, for a review, right? Last but not least, where is this one? Okay, this one, guys, this is also a recommendation for clubbing. If you have watched reviews for this fragrance, you will agree with me. This is one of the Lattafa's long-lasting fragrances as well. It's called trying not to, okay, it's called Pure 24 karat pure gold 999.9, okay. This is your other smoky fragrance. Very smoky, kind of smells like cigars. It kind of smells like you've been around cigarettes, okay. It's leathery, it's woodsy, it's spicy. Yeah, definitely something that I would recommend for the club, and something that would not disappoint. So yeah, in the clubbing section I had 5, okay, and this was the last one. So human person, I hope you found this video helpful, okay. I did my best to try and get you fragrances that are beast mode to my nose, fragrances with a good lasting power. These are fragrances that you don't necessarily have to overspray, but if you should, because you feel you want more and more, you could, okay. These are fragrances that just do the work for me, and I've split them into the categories that you asked me to split them into. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I'm recording at night, so there is kind of like a reflection. I can see my hair reflecting there. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, CeeChronicles is my name. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to do in-depth reviews of the fragrances that I haven't reviewed just yet, that I spoke about here. But most of them I have done reviews already. So you can go to my previous videos and check them out. I'll also try and link them down below so that it makes it a lot easier for you to, you know, make reference to them. Thank you so much for joining me today. Do turn on post notifications if you haven't. That way you're notified anytime I upload a video. Like this video if you like it. Comment if you want to comment. Share. Subscribe. All the nice stuff, guys. And remember, smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.